Okay. All right. All right, folks. Here we are. Here we are indeed. Here we are. Okay, now the microphone is back. Excellent. Okay. Everybody can hear me? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Simple enough. Women's sportwear. Great. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hopefully I could be heard here. Hopefully I'm alive. There's no other sounds. There's not enough sounds playing right now. I need some kind of background sound to drown out this dreadful situation. How about meadow? Okay. Okay. I'm feeling more like loud street. Nah, street. Seaside. Okay. I like seaside. How's everybody doing? I have to re-log into my freaking... How's everybody going? Microphone's working. Watching from your Meemaw's house. Excellent. Do backrooms? Can we really say that we're here right now? Oh, you're going all metaphysical. All right, fine. Thank you for the 65 cents. I got 65 cents. It's a donation on YouTube. Backrooms as ambience? I suppose I could. I could find something that's a backrooms ambient. Why not? Is cheating forgivable? That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. I'd have to think about that. Personally, I used to think that cheating was the greatest offense somebody could perpetrate against me. And then, I don't know, like the older I get and the more I personally just feel like, life goes on. It really depends on the situation. I'm not saying that, like, I've ever forgiven cheating. I've never done that in my life. But, depending on the situation and the context, I'd have to have a really good reason for me to even consider forgiving it. Most likely not. But I'm not going to say 100% no. If that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Like, what defines cheating, though? Like, you have to kind of... In blackjack, sure, with your significant other, no way. That's a good point. I think if... it depends. It depends. But it's like I personally know. Meemaw asked if you were Stephen Colbert. No, I'm not. I'm not Stephen Colbert. You should tell her that, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. You see how this looks, right? We got a call-in stream tonight, folks. Here's my idea for tonight. I never changed the background sound. Here's my idea for the night. I was thinking that instead of having a prompt that people call in to answer, what they can do is they'll call in and I'll ask them a question. Does that make sense? Let's see this. This isn't it. This isn't Backrooms. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm not making that. I'm not making that the live stream sound effect. Okay, that's not happening. I got a voicemail that came in just now. Give me a moment here, folks. Give me a moment here, folks. I think Beach is fine. I'm fine with Beach. Let me pull up my Zoom. There's a million dudes that look just like you at my school. Why would you tell me something like that? It feels like you're trying to make me feel bad. I don't look original. I'm not unique. I guess maybe that's a necessary amount of humility. Maybe you're providing me with an opportunity to reflect on my lack of effort that I put into my appearance. Thank you. Thank you for that opportunity. I'll consider it, and I'll maybe amend my style in the future if I'm so insecure over the fact that I don't look that unique. Let me see if I've got the queue time set up here properly. Oh, right. You can't even call in on a day like today. It's a Wednesday. We're changing schedules here. Wednesday from 9 p.m. I'm going to try to be good today. And cut myself off at 10:30. It's like an hour and a half. Which is more than you guys deserve, quite frankly. Okay. Are you guys able? Could you hear that? No, you can't. You can't hear the desktop audio. I gotta change that. Well, now it's double audio, but you get the idea. Second here. There you go. Now you can hear it. And
why the fuck? You're on stream, dog. Open the fucking call.
What am I? You're fucking stream monkey? This guy goes to school with over 1 million dudes. Oh, that's true. Maybe everyone else is just copying a Chaney. Have you ever thought about the immense swag of influencing the fashion choices of the masses? I've never thought that because it's not true. But it's very flattering that you would say that to me. Let me think here. Okay. I'm going to turn... I got the phone number here up on the screen. If you call in, I'll come up with a question to ask you. All right? If that makes sense. If you feel like that's fair, I am not gonna... I could post a question, I guess. But I'm gonna come up with questions for you guys. I feel like that's more interesting. The Chaney phenotype is everywhere. Aye. Alright. Alright. I can't get the YouTube chat up on the screen. I apologize. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air. Oh, fuck, I missed him. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Hey, Chaney.
How's it going?
It's going well. You said you had questions for callers?
Yeah, I do. I'm allowed to suss the vibe. Am I not? I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, I'm thinking here. My question for you, like, which race is your favorite?
I'm thinking probably NASCAR. I'm not really a big fan of like racing in general. I don't think. I'm not too much a fan of the sport. My bad.
Well, that's excellent. That's excellent because I wasn't asking about racing as a sport. I was talking about specifically like physical human races of certain skin colors. I was asking more specifically that. So what's your answer there?
I tend to view all humans equally. I'm sorry. Is this?
Just a simple question.
No, I don't think I can answer that question, Chaney.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's
King?
probably, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You should ask anyone else, I think.
I thought that was a funny idea. That was a question somebody gave me. I thought it would be good. Catch somebody kind of off. That was loud as hell. What are you talking about? That was loud as hell. What are you talking about? That was loud as hell. What are you talking about? Gosh. Sorry. And the cup set down. Okay, well, sorry. I apologize. Fine. If we're doing this, and you guys don't want to do that, let me... Fine. We'll ask a question up on the screen. I had a couple hypotheticals I was coming up with, where it's like... I gotta think about that. Can we do a Kahoot? I can't do a Kahoot every stream now, okay? This can't become the regular session. I mean, it could be, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Let me see here. No, there's no women on the line today. I'm sorry. That's just a pop culture, so I lose. All right. Let me answer this one. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I heard that question you had about the other guy. You were talking about the races earlier, right? You want to continue with that question, or you got another one for me?
I think it's probably best not to open that can of worms, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, look, man, I'm just saying, like, I've got an empire that I'm running right now, okay? I've got a bunch of geese in my basement, and I'm going to take over the world. They call me the Red Baron at work. I had a Red Baron pizza every single day, all right? And they call me the Red Baron at work. There was a goose one time. It tried to hop in front of my car. I didn't let it. I stopped before I tried to, but it really pissed me off. So one day I came back to work, and I was like, you know what? I'm establishing a goose empire. I'm going to get, like, brain chips, and I'm going to put them into these geese so that they can establish themselves as, like soldiers and political advisors and, like, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to take over the government, do, like, a coup d'etat with my geese, like a faux gras coup d'etat, right? We're going to take over the government, take over the world. And it's going to be a race of geese and me. My whole family will be a big dynasty. All right. So if I had to pick a favorite race, it'd probably be, this big geese race that I'm establishing right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's certainly an answer. I mean, I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
but
look,
hey,
man, I've had it I got it stocked up, man.
Hey, good on you. Good on you. Impressive stuff. You and your goose army is going to take over the world. Why do you feel like you would make a good world leader?
Well, look, I mean, what's the whole Machiavellian principle of, like, if you've got power, right, then you have the right to rule, right? The whole might makes right. I don't even know if that's a Machiavelli thing. I'm just bullshitting. But what I'm thinking is that if someone is able to exert the power and have the mental capacity to be able to administer the entire world, to be able to take it all over, like, if they're competent enough to do that, then they're probably qualified to be at least a very good military leader, if not a good statesman. You got to have a lot of brain power to be able to coordinate something like that, I figure.
Or a lot of goose power.
Yeah, that too. If we are able to enhance the capacity of the goose brain to process visual stimuli and to think about, abstract concepts, then maybe we get something going, get like a goose hive mind.
Do you think that a feasible path towards getting these geese evolved, as you stated, it would have to be some kind of like augmentation. Do you think that?
Yeah.
do you think that there's potentially an avenue for crossbreeding to maybe expedite that process?
Well, look, man, have you ever heard of those, oh, shit, what are they called? Grizzly bears? Or it's like the polar bears and the grizzly bears, you know, like due to climate change, they're getting closer to one another and they're getting it on. Look, man, geese, ducks, actually, no. Geese and crows, all right? You've seen crows, ravens, magpies. Those birds are smart, man. They'll get you little trinkets. They can answer the phone. You ever see that Japanese, like, magpie-looking thing answer the hotel phone like a hotel receptionist?
Never.
That's pretty dope.
Never.
We could get a goose to do that. That's all I'm saying. You know, you get the goose with its little corkscrew, ding dong, and you put it up the crow. And
Wow. You've got it all figured out. You got every step.
Yeah. Look, I've got to be able to coordinate this whole thing. You know, I can't half-ass my goose empire, man. I've got my the reputation of my coworkers at hand here. You know, they'll think I'm a laughingstock if it doesn't go through.
Right. Yeah. They'll think you're a laughingstock if you don't succeed at conquering the world with geese.
Absolutely, yeah. And once I conquer the world, if they still think I'm a laughingstock for, you know, taking on such an audacious plan, I'll just kill them. You know, like that's just how it goes. Might makes right.
Hey, you know, hey, more power to you, man. Good luck with that plot.
Thank you. Any other questions for me, or you want to move on to the next one?
I've got to come up with a question or two. I'm
right.
coming up dry here, but give me a moment.
Okay. You want me to stay on the line, or you want to? How you want to do this?
You're good.
I don't want to hold you up from anybody.
You're fine. Let me run some numbers. Let me crunch some numbers. Thanks for the call.
Alrighty, absolutely. And I'll let you know how that Goose Empire goes. Maybe I'll give you a nice little high-ranking position there.
Yeah.
Court jester.
Keep me. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Why not? Keep me posted.
Alrighty. Take care.
See it. It was kind of impressive that he came with that locked and loaded. And the way he followed through on that was very impressive to me. That this joke of conquering the world using geese was able to hold for as long as he did, which is cool. I gotta commend him for at least something. What am I trying to do here? What's the question I'm looking for? I'm looking for like a would you rather type of hypothetical, like a tough... Okay, here we go. I had this one asked to me recently. Okay. All right. The phone line is open. Which one of your parents is hotter and why? Call in. Explain to me. You gotta give an answer here. This is a tough spot. One of them is hotter. One of your two parents is hotter. That's a fact. They can't both. What do you mean, what the fuck is that? It's a question I was asked. It was a good question. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, what is that? Which one of my parents is hotter? It's kind of like a rock and a hard place, but you know, you do have to kind of acknowledge. Electra asks, hey, you know, it's a question you have to ask. It's a real question. The way there's only 3 viewers and this is the question. Don't come at me, man. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. This is not my forte, okay? Live streaming is not my forte. Notice no one's calling in. That's normal. No one calls in. What do you guys want me to ask? Huh? Here you go. Right. Okay. Here's a question. Here's a question the chat would eat up. Hey guys, call in. Let me know. What's your favorite video game? Guys, come on, let's talk about it. Who's? Oh man, I love video games. We lost a viewer. Yeah, you know, we're holding on by a thread here. Holding on by a thread. Oh man, this is great. Hey, what's your favorite video game, man?
I love video games.
What's your favorite video game?
Okay. My favorite video game? I don't know. Probably Skyrim. Ever heard of Skyrim?
Great video game, man. I love that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's your opinion on bagels?
You know, it's just too bad, right? It's just too bad. Streaming to... You know, it's almost like... Here's my philosophy, right? Streaming to a collective 6 viewers is arguably worse. Is arguably worse than streaming to 0 viewers. Because at least when you're streaming to 0 viewers, you have nobody to entertain, right? It's kind of like just hanging out. You just have a camera running while you're doing things. But if you're streaming to a small number of people, it means that they are there and they're experiencing what you're putting on, but they're not enjoying it enough for more people to keep coming in. It's enough people to observe what's happening, but not enough people to indicate enjoyment. When you stop your streaming schedule, yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is what happens when I stream at all. I don't have anything to stream. Yeah, it's like every stream does go a little wayward. Oh, okay. It goes a little bit more than a little wayward. Bro's acting like we care at all. What do you mean you should care? You're paying for this content, you know, with your attention. You're paying with your time. You only have so much of it. You're gonna die someday. And when you do, you're gonna look back and say, man, thank God I spent hours watching Chaney sit. Watching Chaney ask people what their favorite video game is. We just fuck with you on God. Wow, I'm so flattered. I'm blushing. I'm fucking blushing, bro. Yeah, he's making me blush. He's making me blush. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Okay. The Chudster is back? Why would you even say that to me? Why would you even say that to me? What inside of you stirred enough? What compelled you to ridicule me in such a fashion? The Chudster is back? Yeah, alright. Fair enough. Alright, we're not asking the video game fucking question here, okay? I had a good one recently, actually. I had a really good question recently. A friend asked me. I cannot remember it. My fault, OG. Good thing we only have an hour left. That's true. That is true. Only 1 hour left of the stream. No need to worry about that. I mean, oh, how could we stop the party? How could we stop the party? The parade that's going on right now. How dare I? It's an insult to God himself for me to put an end to the amazing festival that's happening here on my live stream tonight. What a shame that would be. Let me think. I had... Okay. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air. I think you're watching... Hello?
What is it? Hello? Oh, sorry. I only got part of the little warning before the call got picked up. I didn't realize you had got me again. This is the Red Baron again.
Oh, yeah,
I know you don't have a question up yet.
Give me a question. Give me a question.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you change out that tie of yours? I don't know if that's kind of a rhetorical question, but look, I think that a big part of your marketing and a big part of why, this stream is only getting, how many viewers do you got? 5 on YouTube. That's where I'm watching. I don't know how many you got on Twitch. All right. But listen, if you bring up that tie game, if you get like a nice, like red, like embroidered kind of tie with like the fancy little yellow things on them. I don't care what the yellow things are. Okay. Like, I got a tie from a thrift store once for like $3 for a murder mystery I did, like a party I was at. And it was just the most bomb-ass tie in the world. And everyone was like, oh my goodness, Mr. Red Baron, we love your tie. We want you, in our bedrooms. We want you everywhere. Can we make you the president of the United States? You look so formal. So I think that if you were to get a really nice, red tie with like yellow embroidered bullshit on there, I think that your numbers would skyrocket. It would just blast off into outer space. Okay. Maybe even some of my brain dead geese would watch your live stream. Okay.
You're blaming my tie? You're blaming my tie for my lack of viewership? It would become more entertaining if I had a different color tie? And I thought I had bad ideas.
You should swap it out every live stream. That's what you should do. You get a blue tie next stream, purple, red, make it the whole spectrum of a rainbow.
I don't make that much money. I can't buy a new tie every stream. Look, I don't even get paid for these. I'm doing these for free. I made 65 cents today.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I got my thrift store tie for like $3, dude. Okay, it's not like it's the biggest investment in the world. And last video I saw from you, you said you had $35 in your checking account. So I think you've got some tie money there. Okay, you got to go all in. You want this thing to succeed? You got to put all your money into it. In fact, start taking on debt. Go thousands upon thousands of dollars in debt, and make it work, man. Because you've got potential, but if you don't get your tie game up, you're gonna fall into the slums with all your. I don't know what to say now. I don't know how to keep this joke running, but
I've been told to call you a bad word.
What? Who's calling? Hold on. Who's saying this?
Chad said that. Somebody said to call you a bad word. Somebody said to ask dating questions. How's your dating life?
My dating life? Non-existent, dude. Let me tell you, I work remotely from home, right? Ooh. So I just work in my bedroom, so I'm not going out anywhere. I work, I watch YouTube videos like this, live stream that we've got going on right now. I go out for dinner maybe once a week. I go to like church life group and I go to Sunday service and all that. But, I don't get out all that much. And I don't live in an area where I can just, walk outside and then bump into some pretty lady, And, to be honest with you, at this era of my life, when I'm establishing my goose empire, when I'm getting all my my geese in a row, so to speak, I don't know if it's the right time for it. I'm going to be in a master's program soon. I've got an interview for a big company up in Philly. If I get in there, then I'll be working my ass off while doing that master's program. I got a lot on my plate, man,
I wonder then, my question would just be, when is the right time to start a family? Or just not even start a family, when is the right time to start dating? If it's not when you're working or getting a master's, those are constricting factors. When do you look for a partner?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, right, the main reason I wouldn't be so much for it right now in my position is because I would be both working and doing that master's degree at the same time. So I'd be working 9 to 6 if I get into this other company, on site, go back home to my apartment, do that master's program for like 3 hours a day. What time do you have left? You eat dinner, you exercise, and then, boom, that's it. You wouldn't really realistically have any time to allocate towards caring for a partner. So
what
I
is
would
the
think
master's
that,
program in, can I ask?
Computer science. This would be Georgia Tech's online master's in computer science. So I'd have a lot going on with it.
Sure. How old are you, can I ask?
I'm 21.
Okay. That's pretty industrious.
Look, I know that's young for an emperor, okay? But
it's young for a master's degree. I mean, I thought about getting one when I was like 22. But even I kind of talked out, like, I'll come back later, I'll get a job. Is it because you're finding it difficult to find work?
No. Actually, I've been employed pretty much since I got out of high school. So the way that I went about it, I work for effectively like a desktop as a service company, right, with accountants and such. I don't want to go into too many details and give myself away, but I work on like reverse engineering, release engineering, application virtualization, like a whole bunch of systems engineering adjacent work. So it's not quite software development, but more on the infrastructure side of things, more on, just making sure that all of these applications that we have are able to run in a performant manner across, a pretty huge scale of users that we have.
This is exciting.
And so, Yeah, absolutely. So I did my bachelor's degree program. So I actually have two bachelor's degrees, both from Western Governors University. I graduated from one when I was 19, a BS in information technology, and then the other when I was 21, a bachelor's in computer science. So those programs are, they're good for working people because if you already know what you're doing, you can effectively test out of those classes pretty quickly and get through it. You can transfer a lot of credits in. If you know your stuff, you can go straight to the final exam. They call it a competency-based program. So it worked pretty well for me, working full-time. And, the job I'm in currently, it's pretty good about, I've got plenty of free time where, I could allocate time towards those particular programs. But again, with the stuff I've got coming up, it's going to be a lot more of a time commitment. So that's why I'm a bit more iffy on the idea of, pursuing romance at that particular time. That'll be January of next year that I start that master's program.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I've just always operated under a very different mindset where it's like I personally have always been able to make it work regardless of the circumstances of my professional life. I mean, like I've been working full time for many years, doing YouTube on the side, relatively busy schedule. And I was still able to make dates happen and things like that. So I kind of wonder, is it because it's difficult to find dates that you're not looking?
I suppose that could be a part of it, right? It's, again, like I said before, due to how little I go out, the people that I see on a regular basis. You don't want to go to the old adage, you don't shit where you eat, right? So it's not like, in my church youth group, or not, it's not really a youth group. I'm 21. It's a young adults group that I used to go to. Now I go to like a more mixed group where you've got folks that are closer to my age. You've got some folks that are in like their 40s and they got kids and such. It's a wide mix of things. But, at this point, I've known all the people there for a while. I don't want to dip my toes into any of it and mess up any of the friendships and camaraderie I already do have. I don't want to rock the boat there, right? And those are like the main people that I see. It's not like I'm going out and about, to other social activities or other groups or anything. And, I can only imagine I'm going to be more constrained on time in the future. And the other part of it is that, frankly, I am not too romantically successful. Not to say that I'm like bad looking or that I'd be a bad partner or anything like that. I've just never been in a relationship before. So I don't know all the complexities that come along with it. I don't know the best way to go about approaching it. I figure, maybe once I got my Goose Empire set up, maybe then I look for an empress so that I can continue my dynasty with an heir. But
I see.
Now, I don't know what I'm doing.
Sure. Makes sense. That's interesting. Because I've always...
No. Oh, go ahead.
Did you have something?
I was going to say, you had mentioned that you've been working full-time. You're right. You've had a full-time job. You've done YouTube on the side. You probably are a pretty busy guy. I mean, I guess I should ask you, since you're more experienced than I am in this domain, how do you go about doing it? How do you manage all of that? Your full-time job, your YouTube, having a partner, how does all of that work?
Well, I mean, I want to. That's the first thing. Is that I've always wanted to.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've always wanted a girlfriend since middle school. I mean, I've had girlfriends since middle school. It's just like even when I'm at my most single, I always do really admire the idea of being in a committed relationship, and that's something I've always really wanted. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, like that's probably the reason why I have relationships happen at all, because I can always make it work. I think that. I don't know. I think saying that you're too busy for a relationship is almost, it's more like, it's like a logical excuse to tell people that people will agree with for a problem that's probably more complicated than just being busy. It's like if I said I'm too busy now to date, it's probably because I'm like not finding anybody and I'd rather not try because it sounds like it would suck and I'm like kind of disappointed by the dating scene or something like that,
Yeah, absolutely. And that is a part of it. And again, just so it's clear, I'm talking about more like, again, in the immediate future of 2027 and beyond. If I do get that new job and, going into that master's degree program, I definitely will be a lot more constrained for time in that regard. Like, obviously there's a confluence of factors in the future that could cause issues there. Right now, obviously, there's a different deal and I'm not quite so busy, because again, I'm not doing actively any education right now. I'm in that kind of gap period between, having done my bachelor stuff and going into my master's stuff, next year. And then my job currently is not crazy busy. So, like, absolutely. I've got time on my hands where, if I were to allocate more time to it, perhaps I could find a partner. I don't know. But I don't know. You're right. It is sort of a cop-out definitely right now at this period of time. In the future, I don't think so. But right now, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, because it could be an issue in the future, and because, like you, I do want to be in a committed relationship, I want to make sure that I can do the best I can for my partner, would it even be right for me to enter a relationship right now where, if I do have to move, I'll have to move like 3 hours away up north. I'll have to get started with that master's degree program next year and now take away time that I can allocate towards my partner. It throw a lot of things in a loop. So it's kind of a rough position I put myself in that regard. And again, perhaps you can think of it as a cop-out. I don't know. I won't know exactly how busy everything is going to be until I get into it. But yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
I suppose being single is the devil I know. I've never been in a relationship before.
Sure. It can be intimidating. You're not really sure what to expect or if you're going to be doing a good enough job or all this other extra stuff. I understand what you mean.
Absolutely.
I understand what you mean. Well, then I appreciate your time. I'm going to see... I've got this question up here on the screen. I'm interested to see if the chat has anything to say, because I talked to a friend of mine recently about this specifically, and I'm going to see if anybody has any opinions. But thank you for your call, again.
Absolutely. You take care. I'll try not to take any more of your time. I just wanted to fill it up. Nobody else is calling.
Nobody else is going to. Yeah, if no one's going to call, somebody's got to. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, look, just change the tires up, man. All right.
Ties it is. Thanks. You understand? Okay. Here's my question, as you can see here on the screen. Right? Is it okay to date coworkers? I've had a friend of mine tell me that it's apparently not. The vast majority of the relationships I've ever been in have been coworkers, personally. And I did it, the breakup sucked. I mean, like, I can understand what you mean. Take my fucking call, Chaney. In fact, I'm not going to. I recognize your phone number. I won't date a coworker. I don't even want to talk to them. Well, like, have you ever had a hot coworker? Think about that. Chew on that one for a second. You won't date a coworker until you got a hot coworker. Be so for real. Be real for 11 seconds with yourself. Think about that. Yeah, you haven't had a hot coworker. Not yet. You haven't had hot coworkers. Exactly. There are hot coworkers out there. And you might think your hard and fast rule about not dating coworkers is golden. Can't be destroyed. Titanium sealed. Not the case. You get one hot coworker, it's like... Just started working for real? What are you, 14? Golly. Okay. Hot coworkers are a lie made up by big office romance. Not everybody works in an office. Sometimes it's just like you're like you work in like lifeguarding or like fast food or something. There's coworkers everywhere, and lots of them are hot. In my personal experience, I've seen a lot of hot coworkers, and I'm weak to the flesh. What can I say? First real job out of college, I only worked with dudes before. Okay, well, no hot coworkers. No, I wouldn't do it again. I was depressed for a year plus. Ah, I see. Well, hey, to each their own. I was not depressed for a year plus. I blamed her. What if the hot coworker is in a different department? Does that count? Of course it does. It's coworker. You're all coworkers. I'm going to answer this call for exactly 5 seconds. Okay? Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Chaney, I think you can date a coworker in certain circumstances.
Okay. Interesting. He offered a really interesting input there. He thinks that you could date a coworker in certain circumstances. I gave him 5 seconds to state that, and, he did. I wish I gave him a few more seconds, because I would have loved to have maybe heard him out. But, we'll work with that. He'll call back in. He always does. He always does. Okay, we got another caller in here. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air. Is it okay to date coworkers?
I would argue that it is. Granted, I might be a little biased here, but I actually am engaged to a former coworker of mine. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane?
Tell us how that happened. How'd you do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first job that I ever had was a particular burger restaurant who has a fucker clown as their mascot. You might know what I'm referring to.
Burger
And,
King.
during this period, this was back in like 2021, I was under the impression that I was going to be like alone and like single for a very long time. I never really, obviously I had crushes on people and like I wanted to be with somebody, but it wasn't something that I really had in mind as like a primary goal. And then at this job, right, I had connected with this coworker, and her and I, we got to know each other. And we were together for quite a while, and now we're engaged, and we've been like living together and stuff for several years now. And so obviously at the end of the day, right, I think that whether or not it's okay to date coworkers, it kind of depends on the person, of course. You know what I mean? And I know for sure that I'll tell you this much. With every job that I've had, I've definitely had way more coworkers that I have deeply resented more than I've liked. So there's that. But like, yeah, I think that if you get to know somebody and you like have a deep bond and connection with them, and you kind of sit back and you're like, you know what? I can see myself with this person in a romantic fashion. I think you should go for it. And if your workplace has like a no dating coworkers rule, fuck that shit, man. Fuck those people. They're dumb and lame and whack.
Dumb and lame and whack. I mean, I'll take your word for it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the shining example, it would seem. You're the proof in the pudding that you can, in fact, and should date coworkers. You're engaged to a coworker.
Absolutely. Now, I will say there is something that I should probably make as like a bit of a disclaimer, like a distinction. Do not work somewhere with the intention of just trying to get with your coworkers. Obviously, don't do that because that's
Why not?
weird, Well, like if you get a job for the sole intention of like, oh, I need to get with somebody, I feel like that's not okay, because it's like, a job is a job. You got shit to do, And
I mean, why else am I there? Why else am I there? You think I'm there to work? No, I'm scoping.
You know what? You might be onto something there.
I feel like I'm onto something.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Don't apply for a job to like work and like get a source of income. Get a job to have sex or be in a relationship with somebody.
Exactly. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for years. I get jobs. I got a job just so I can start scoping out. That's my bread and butter right there.
Yes, and that's what you have.
Delete the dating apps. Pick up the job application to Taco Bell. Go ring that bell a couple times. You know what I'm saying? This guy gets it, right?
Yes, Live Moss. Yeah.
Live Voss, yes. All right.
In all seriousness, I think that you absolutely should date coworkers, but don't make that like your number one priority. Just if you meet somebody and you connect with them and you feel like you would work well with them in a romantic capacity, then go for it. Otherwise, don't just have that be your like priority or goal just to be with I just think there's more. I do think that like. Obviously, again, it depends on the person, but I think that, if you live your life just like being very desperate and being like, I need to be with someone, I need to be with someone, I think that is not going to end well for you. I think that you just kind of need to take things like one step at a time, because that's what I did, and it worked out extremely well for me. I was not out here constantly seeking to be with somebody. I just kind of looked at it as like, hey, right now I'm single and I'm fine with that, but if I find somebody, that would be nice. I would like to be with someone. And that's how I approached it.
You were nonchalant. You were casual. You didn't chase, you attracted.
I believe so, yeah. I guess that is definitely one way of looking at it. Yeah, I think that if you're a hopeless romantic, obviously, I empathize with those kinds of people because I was that at one point. But, don't try to, make it this thing that you dwell on constantly where you're like, oh my God, I need to be with someone. I can't die alone. It's like, relax, chill. I think that everybody, unless you're like a morally reprehensible piece of subhuman shit, is capable of finding the right person for them. That's kind of the way that I see it. And, that's what I stand by. I think that everybody, unless they're like a piece of shit, is deserving of love. Unless you improve and change for the better in that case, then yeah. But yeah, don't dwell on it if you're single. There's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with not being romantically involved with somebody. You're fine. And I'm specifically saying this because I was in that position once upon a time. I'm 24 now, so like obviously I moved on from that. But yeah, nothing wrong with being single, and also nothing wrong with being in love, because love is kind of rad and awesome.
There you go. You guys heard it right from the horse's mouth. 2 people in chat voted yes that you're spitting on the poll, so we're going to end that poll now. 2 votes. But thank you. Thank you for your call, man. You're all about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Have a good time. Have a good night, man. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to see if somebody else has probably got to contribute to this. Let's see if somebody else has got anything else to say about this, folks. This question right here. Is it okay to date coworkers? I personally feel it is. I've heard people say that it's not. A little bit ridiculous. What is this going on in here? What the hell is happening? Motherfucker. What is this voice chat? I know! What is that? I don't even know what... Alright. I have to work on that. Folks... Just stop attracting. Become active. How'd that work? What you do if you only attract weirdos? Hashtag LMK. If you only attract weirdos, take your wins as you got them. You're attracting people in general. I feel like a win is a win. I've had many people who find me attractive in my time who I've not found particularly attractive or, cool to be around, but it's fine. It's a compliment. It's nice to have somebody like you. It's kind of selfish, but it's true. I mean, it's nice to be liked. I mean, I've liked so many people who did not like me back, and I don't regret it. I mean, I just, there's nothing wrong with liking and not having it reciprocated. A win is a win, but there's too many sex perverts all around me. That was a chat that was held by the automatic moderator. I'll allow it, though. Too many sex perverts around me. It happens. Sex perverts are a fact of life, unfortunately, that can't really do that much about. What are you going to do? Words have power, so I'm not going to make a self-deprecating joke. Of course I'll. So, got some gay guys who have hit on me in the past, but said thank you for the ego. Hashtag W. Whatever works. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Let me go ahead and ask this question then. Worst place the worst place to meet a potential partner. I feel like that's a decent question. Come to my school, it's a gay college. Yeah, hey, John Bagel, you could go to UNC Greensboro. If John Bagel is calling in one more time. Come on, guys. There's more of you than just John Bagel. There's other people who can call into this stream. Don't crucify me here. Don't leave me out to dry. Psych ward. Everyone non-binary here. I don't even know what you mean by psych ward. Come on, guys. Worst place to meet a potential partner in the psych ward? Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, you're going to get 5 more seconds, John Bagel. 5 more seconds to answer the question on the screen. Worst place to meet a potential partner. But these questions suck. Give me a better fucking question. I'll ask it. I'll ask it in a heartbeat. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't... Admittedly, I did not appropriately plan this live stream. Why didn't I? Because I was too busy watching YouTube on my couch. I had a large television that I set up watching YouTube on my couch. Okay, John Bagel, you have 5 seconds. Where's the worst place to meet a potential partner? Did you say daycare? That's good. It's true. That favorite video game is not a fire question. That shit sucks. Because what's the conversation? It's like, oh, I love Legend of Zelda. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good game. Yeah. And then that's it. Chaney, you know I fuck with you, and you know I love to talk, but my roommate would probably shoot me with a gun if I called anyone right now. That's fine. Just have your roommate call. Yeah, I know you. Everybody loves Legend of Zelda. That's why the question isn't worth asking. It's like, what's your favorite video game? Oh, all of them are good. It's like Tetris. It's like, duh. Oh, I love playing Pong. Yeah, you do. Yeah, of course you do. That's why it's the most fucking popular game ever. Yes, you like playing Minecraft. What am I supposed to say? Okay. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air. What's the worst place to meet a potential partner?
Hello. You hear me fine?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'd say at a funeral, because if you think about it, the people there, they're grieving, most likely. They're in a vulnerable place, and I think if you're, whether it's intentional or not, you might be taking advantage of them in a vulnerable time. It's just not the place to do it.
But isn't it kind of a beautiful place to meet somebody? You found love in a hopeless place almost. It's like you bloomed something beautiful out of something so sad, no?
Well, I mean, I'm saying that it may seem like that at first, but you're taking advantage of, like, not taking advantage of someone, but like they're, you know what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from?
Vaguely.
Okay, I mean,
I'm with you for part of it. I just think I think there's a case to be made that you could find a decent date at a funeral. It's not the worst place in the world, I don't think.
you could. I maybe we're thinking of it two different ways. I was thinking like the way the question is phrased. Maybe it's more like just meeting a person, like knowing their name. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like you're going to a funeral, like picking people up? That's a bit different.
No. I thought you were asking like if you were looking for a partner, you should not go to a funeral. Like, yeah.
No, I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Yeah. No, I see. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she is just chilling there. Maybe she's just hanging out. Maybe she came to the funeral for the same reason you did. What about that?
Yo.
You're both trying to get picked up. You're cruising. You can be cruising at the funeral. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I guess the types of people who go to a funeral looking for a partner, I guess they would be meant for each other, but they would be quite strange people at the same time.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty interesting budding romance there. Yeah.
Yeah, like the same like abusive people, like you say, like abusive people are meant for each other. Like this is not really best.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. All right, I guess I'm on the same level with you there.
Yeah,
Thank you for the call.
I can agree. All right, yeah. Thank you for letting me on. I'm surprised it only took like a minute and a half. I've been watching all your old streams, like putting them on in the background. It's so good.
Oh, it is so good? That's baffling to me. That's baffling to me, because I'm led to believe otherwise. My chatters are even shitting on me as the stream goes on. So I do find it slightly hard to believe that the streams are decent. Though I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoy.
Dudes just be hating for no reason. I mean, it's not like high quality, but part of what makes it good, for me at least, is that it's real. We're a very real person.
That's fair,
it really screams like you're like a not a casual, but like you're not a professional. You're not like farming this, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. That's why I can't even post clips of these streams because sometimes it's like this stuff is like almost non-clippable.
Yeah.
It's like this stuff just
Yeah.
goes on for so long. There's no way that you could possibly just watch this in clips because none of it's like I'm like not trying to do that. I'm having a conversation with a guy about his goose army. You know, like I don't. That's not
Yeah.
getting me millions of views on the talk, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was watching one of your streams back, and there's the dude talking about how he had sex with his uncle's girlfriend or something.
Oh my gosh, that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
guy's
something else.
a nut job.
That was crazy though. I mean, that was spite. That's real spite.
know,
that guy,
You
fury.
almost couldn't get back at him more. I mean, no, there's several ways, but like that's one of the least harmful but most
That's
impacting ways.
that's like a high impact strike. That's like a surface to
Yes.
air. That's like a missile concentrated directly, blowing up one guy's office. That's all that was.
Oh, yeah.
That is not collateral. There, it's a clean kill.
It is a shame that the caller never got to know if his uncle ever found out or like
Yeah.
knew what happened.
Sometimes knowing yourself is enough.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'll let you off, or you'll let me off, whatever.
I'll let you off. Have a good rest of your night, man. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, this question's run its course, it looks like. Shame the caller never found out your opinion on bagels. Yeah, what a shame. Hating for no reason. Well, there's valid reason. There's reasons to hate, I think. There's valid reasons to hate, you know. Because the streams are fine. These aren't exactly high-budget productions. We're not exactly Saturday Night Live over here at Chaney Studios, okay? We're not pretending to be something that we're not. There's simply no way that I could convince anybody that I am anything other than what I am. I am what I am, as Popeye would say. And, you know, you just have to accept that. You just got to accept that. That's the way the life is. What's some other questions somebody could ask people? Let me think here. What is the worst place to meet a potential partner? I gotta think about that. I have met people on the street. I mean I've been like catcalled before. I've been I was at a Harris Teeter recently and somebody recognized me from YouTube and they asked if I did YouTube videos and I told them yes. And they were like, keep doing what you're doing. And I had a different guy on a separate occasion walk up to me saying that he recognized me. And I said, oh, you like my videos? He said, not really. And he just walked away. So I've now been recognized twice. Once with accolade and once with detraction. But it was all doable. You know, it's more just funny to be acknowledged in the world, you know what I mean? It's kind of flattering to be like, oh, a person saw my fucking video or whatever. Let me think here. I can't even think of a question. Maybe like what is most evil thing you have ever done? I don't even know if I want the answer to this question. Obviously, if you're going to confess to a murder out here, I'd rather you not. But if you're going to confess to something silly, like taking a syringe of raw egg and putting it into furniture so that it smells bad forever and they have to replace the furniture. That could be something. Perhaps worse instances of someone hitting on you, catcalling or otherwise. Are those beach noises in the background? Yes, they are. Do you think femboys will be in GTA 6? Obviously. Obviously, they're going to have femboys in GTA 6. There's no way that a cultural zeitgeist encapsulating largest media launch of this century is... There's simply no way that they will not mention, to some extent, people who... I guess it's cross-dressing. Endgame was bigger. I think that's a matter of opinion, but statistically, I don't think that stands up. I'm pretty sure that this is one of the largest media... I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the highest grossing game of all time. It's still selling copies for $30 on Steam. So now the hype for Grand Theft Auto 6 is unprecedented. So there's simply no way that they will not have femboys. I'd be baffled if they didn't. So don't worry. Don't worry. There'll be plenty of femboy action on the new Grand Theft Auto 6. I guess nobody wants to confess to anything. Well, okay, here we go. We've got John Bagel is calling in yet again. Almost certainly to contribute to the femboy discussion over the what is the most evil thing you've ever done discussion. I operate in a very unique window, right? A very unique window of the streamer space where I don't have the right to turn down any call that I get. Because what I'm doing just sitting here with nothing to say is not nearly entertaining enough to be turning people down. If they were in GTA, they would have been leaked by now. I don't know about that. Maybe. We'll take the call. All right, John Bagel,
Hey,
what do you
Chaney.
want?
Yes?
What do you want?
Well, I just couldn't handle the disrespect is the issue.
Oh.
All right? You almost said it as if there's something inherently wrong with cross-dressing. Or femboys, I should say.
Nah, I didn't say that.
Well, it's like
I was
you've
trying to
implied
think
it.
in my head. I was like, is it considered cross-dressing? Because I know transvestite is like an outdated term. I'm pretty sure that's offensive. But it is kind of
I
like
don't
a
even know
literal
what the fuck
term.
that means.
You've never heard the term transvestite?
I have literally never heard that term. That's crazy.
It's like they're transvesting, so they are trans in the sense that they dress differently. Vestite, you know what I'm saying? They wear clothes of the opposite sex. They
I get it.
trans. Yes, see. I think that's an outdated term. I don't think it's offensive though. That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like transvestite, cross-dressing. Like I think it's considered.
A lot of terms surrounding it are like inherently offensive in a way. I can't really like give you a guide on anything, of course. And besides, not like you need to know that information, but a lot of the terms have like a lot of connotations to them. Like even the word femboy has a lot of sexual connotations.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I mean, that's what the person in the chat was like. Like, I don't even know how would somebody discuss the topic?
Yeah, exactly. Like I can only do it over the internet because like if I'm supposed to like do this in person, what the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Like it's something you're not prepared for at all.
I guess. Uncle's GF,
Like, that's kind of crazy.
It was evil. Okay, wait. Yeah, I don't know. They're just femboy, I guess, if that's an outdated term. I guess
No,
you
it's
could
not
call them
outdated. It
feminine
still
gay
applies.
men.
A lot of people.
I mean,
A lot of people still use it. It's not. It's just the sexual connotations. There needs to be a new term, I think, but I can't provide one.
Okay. We could say femboy parentheses not sexual all caps.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I feel like that's a solution we could offer. No discussion. If anybody wants to discuss, based on the context, to be honest, but it's an outdated term. I mean, everything based on the context. I mean, if you say something with enough vitriol, it's going to sound like being offensive. And like, you can say anything. It's like, look at this fucking tall guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could sound like I'm implying that there's something wrong with being a tall guy. Be like, I'm being discriminatory towards an individual based on things that they can't control. So no matter what you say, I mean, like transvestite is very much like a specific terminology. It's kind of like the term Oriental, because the Orient was like the eastern part of the Roman Empire, and they would refer to anybody east in the Orient as Orientals, and then it just kind of got wrapped up in like, Chinese people are considered to the east, or Asian people just in general. So then they kind of got balled up into this whole, like the term just became like, oh, like this person, they're an Oriental, And like now it's like an offensive term to call someone an Oriental, but like the term is very literal in that it's just like, this is like, they're from this area. It's just outdated, and it was used by people in the past to be discriminatory. So.
Yeah, I don't think that applies in this situation, however, because the term femboy is very uniquely modern. But you are completely correct.
But it's a femboy.
It depends on how it's used. Absolutely.
It's just, very literal. It's like
culture,
a fem
especially,
boy.
Well, may I keep talking?
Please.
You keep interrupting me. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Especially when you live in a more conservative area like me, that's like the concept is hilarious to everyone. Like, that was to me originally, of course. I'm not going to go deep into why I do this, because I just do it because I want to. That's the simple answer. Now, in a more conservative area, of course, it's not treated as something that actually exists. It's treated as just an idea. And people just don't know how to react to, like, this sort of concept being in their reality, I think. It's like, it's so much easier, in my opinion, to accept someone as transgender than someone who just cross-dressed, which seems so weird, really. But that's just how I've experienced it.
I think that's maybe sort of true, because there's television shows about, what do they call them? Drag queens. It's very commonplace. I'd say that's honestly more acceptable societally than femboys are. And the sexual connotation of femboying is something that, at least to most people, is kind of inherent. Maybe in the way that they dress or something. I wouldn't know.
But it's not
I'm not
in
familiar
the way.
with.
Yeah, I don't expect you to be familiar. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but a lot of the most, a lot of the loudest ones in the community, I'd say, in the community is something you can call like the community, really.
Yeah, the femboy community, parentheses, not sexual.
Yeah, sure. I've met zero, by the way. So it's not really a community. But still, the loudest ones in that sort of sphere are the ones who take it extremely sexually, obviously. Like, if you're going to be an influencer in that sort of way, of course I guess, if it's... I actually don't know. I really don't know why they do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, because I've seen a lot of those, sex sells. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. It's like there's a lot of female creators on the internet who, I mean, they'll pontificate about social issues, but they're also like OnlyFans models, and it's like they are not a perfect representation of like what being a woman is, but they are the most popular and the most loud. You know what I mean? It's like, absolutely. So then the impression becomes a bunch of these people online who are like, oh, women are all OnlyFans models, like, small-minded. But that's, I don't know, it's just the way it is. Femboy is shorthand for feminine boy, which is strange because the term is used to describe young men, generally 18 to 25, rather than children.
Yeah, the term is somewhat diverse as well. It's difficult to apply a term to it, really. It's it's made up of a lot of different cultural. How do I put? A lot of different like cultural movements in a very like niche area, I'd say. Like, and in a lot of aesthetics, especially if you're familiar with Tumblr aesthetics at all, it derives a lot of the current current ideology, I'd say, from that, because it is kind of a little bit an ideology as well. That's something people don't really understand about it as well. There's specific ideas attached to it, like it's not generally femboys won't treat it as they don't treat themselves as women. They don't treat themselves as females. I shouldn't say it like that. I hate using that fucking word. But instead as like, it's as if they're ignoring the concept of gender. They're just doing what they want to do. And I think that's the best way to perceive it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. To an extent, it does. I guess it's like, well, again, I haven't met very many femboys.
Well, you've met one.
I've met one, a singular one. And my only other impression, yeah, gender non-conforming is what Switchblades and Infidelity is saying. I mean, that makes the most sense to me. I mean, I've met many people who are gender non-conforming individuals. But it's more like, I don't know, you know? I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
I'll stop saying femboy if you'd prefer. I'll call it
No, I
feminine
think
boy.
the term applies just because there's no other term to replace it at this moment.
You could go old school. Use like old school terminology, the ones where it's like, you know, he had a like feather in his
step. The term
step.
also like feels really cute, and I just like it for that as well.
It feels cute.
Yeah, it does. It does, honestly.
Okay. But it's sexual.
That's just my opinion. Only if you treat it that way. And I don't. That's not what I meant.
I'm not sure how. I wonder if we'll ever reach a point societally where there's an evolved understanding of that, because the broad understanding, I think, seems to be that a femboy is a vaguely sexualized term, you know. I'm interested to see if there's an evolution.
I don't have problems with the terms themselves. I have problems with the connotations of the terms. That's it.
Well, no, I know. Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that like the term itself has a sexual connotation, and I'm curious about if that's something that's ever going to be diversified culturally, or if people just aren't going to understand. I wonder if the loud femboys are just going to maintain that sexual connotation, you think? That's what I'm wondering, is if we're ever going to have so many femboys that it becomes a thing that's not sexualized. Because it's like they call them ladyboys in Thailand, you know.
Okay.
It's like a whole thing.
I would say yes, eventually, maybe. Either the term gets replaced because of its current connotations, or there's just so many of them because the rate is increasing. There's a higher rate of femboys, which is a crazy thing to say, but there's more of them.
Femboys on the rise.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Eventually, the term's going to be replaced, or it's going to have that connotation removed, because it's going to be treated as something much more natural, something you can just talk about. Because I can't do that with anyone, and it's the worst part of my life right now.
Well, we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's because I don't know you. I can only talk to strangers about it. I can't, like, if I know someone, it's like that they attempt to trying to think of a good word for it. Like, they attempt to like demonize me instantly. Because like that's just, there's so, I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe you ought to pick a college that's out of state.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, like I'm going like,
you're already on it.
Like actually Connecticut, Massachusetts.
You're already on it.
I'm not
You're way ahead of that curve. Yeah.
Central fucking Texas. This
that's
fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's not the game. It doesn't seem to be. Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move there for sure. Some places are just slower than others for sure. You know, I mean, Texas is not exactly the femboy capital of the world.
Absolutely not.
A little bit more of maybe a little bit slower.
Mhm.
But anyways, I'm not sure how we got onto this topic. I appreciate your call, though. I'm gonna see if there's anybody else on the line. However, if they're
Yeah, I
not,
get that. I get that. But
I've
like,
got 5
what's your
minutes
opinion on bagels?
if you ask me that question one more time, I'm gonna end my own life. Okay, I was going to be much more rude after such a nice conversation. He would railroad me like that. I was going to be much more rude. But I had to stop myself from saying that I was going to kill him, would have been a joke. Which would have been a joke. Obviously, I'm not going to kill him. I had to stop myself, so I said I would kill myself, which is not true. I would also not do that. Okay. I've got a call here. I think this person just called it before. I've got 4 minutes here. I'm going to call this person back. Hello?
What up, dog?
I think I just missed you. I'm sorry about that. I just called you.
Yeah, you called me back.
I did, yeah.
What
I
are we
missed
talking
you.
about? Is there like a topic or something, or are we just chatting?
We're chatting. We're just chatting today.
Anything?
I had
Anything doesn't
prompts. I mean, I had prompts. They didn't really stick. People weren't really on. Here's the question. I had a question about where's the worst place to meet a potential partner, and also is it okay to date coworkers? It's kind of like that was the theme we were going for.
It's always okay to smash your coworker. Never date them, though.
Yeah.
Interesting
true.
You
philosophy.
can do that.
Wait. Diversify that opinion for me.
What do you mean?
Well, if
Like-
you start dating her, then you're kind of just like entrapping yourself into like hours upon hours upon hours with your partner, weeks at a time. Whereas I would rather be more selective with my person, especially when I'm fucking them.
I see what you mean. I see what you
Yeah.
mean. That makes sense. I don't know, but
Do you
like
have a stance on it?
I feel like the kickback from fucking a coworker is probably about the same as dating them. Like if it
Honestly,
goes bad,
mutually, like agreed upon that you guys are just hooking up, and like it's kind of funny to like see each other at work, and you're like, haha, like we're hooking up and no one knows.
I see what you mean. So that's a specific scenario. Because I'm
Yeah.
thinking there's just so much that could go wrong with anything involving a coworker romantically or sexually. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That seems to be the concern here from the viewers, because this is a viewer question. Somebody was asking this. They had a coworker. Actually, let me ask you this now. Here's a specific scenario that I was given by a coworker. This is why I asked this question in the first place. He works for a company where most of his coworkers are not the same age as him. And his whole department is like, older people, like older ladies, like older guys. But there's one girl who is around his age who works in a different department. And she comes over to their apartment occasionally to like scan things with their printer and stuff. And he's convinced that she's given him looks, but he's not 100% sure. But he's also worried about shitting where he eats when it comes to dating. What's the sage wisdom of the guy that's 5 feet away from the microphone? I want to hear his opinion.
All right, honestly, if I was him, I mean, I don't know exactly how old he is, but I'm only 20, so when I've been in this situation before, you kind of just got to be, like, throwing it out, like, abruptly at them that you're, like, blatantly attracted to them. And you kind of just, like, read whatever that reaction is, and if it's positive, you kind of know you're in there, especially if they're single. If they're not single, you just kind of, like, back off. But, like, other than that, like, it's pretty easy to tell, in my experience, at least.
See, that was the advice I gave him. But he felt like, oh, you know, like that's weird. It's gonna make coworker weird. Like if they
Well,
do
yeah, if he's
have
like
a partner.
chud and he hits on her like a creep, of course he might get sent to fucking HR. But like, it's just like depends on how he's moving.
It's true. It's true. He's got to have game. You got to have some game with it. You
Yeah.
can't be weird. You can't be non-tactical.
Mhm.
No, I agree. I
And,
agree
like,
100%.
Looking back at each other and forth doesn't mean anything. Like, have they spoke or no?
Yeah, that's kind of nothing.
No, I don't. They have not spoken. They have not spoken. Because that's the thing is she was
Yeah.
worried about the coworker thing, thinking, you know, shitting where you eat, that whole situation. And he's in the chat right now. I mean, if he wants to call in and clear up the confusion, please, by all means. I don't think-
if it's really that bad, he can like go to the bathroom, stroke one out, come back, and then you know he's like his mind is in the right place. He might be able to spit some better game.
That's true.
Is that 100% necessary? The masturbation in the communal
It might.
bathroom at work?
100%.
Yeah, depending on the stature of his being, I guess. Like, I don't know. I personally, I've done it a few times. You know, like whatever. Like, you just gotta
Nobody
get
is
it.
holding
gotta
you
go
to
back-
this. No one said you had to tell us that. You're volunteering the information that you
Yeah, you
whacked
gotta be
off.
open.
All right, hey, respect. I appreciate that. You're helping this guy out. Diabolical as fuck, says one chatter. Checking up the work bathroom. Wait, were you doing that to? Were you doing that to be able to get a clear head?
Yeah,
You were beating the other head
more
to
so
get a
doing
clear
it to
head?
Get revenge back at corporate America.
This was your socialist nut?
Yes, bro. That's my socialist semen.
Damn. Wow, that's impressive. You know, I'll tell you this.
Sir.
I've never heard of that. Does that surprise you?
Yes.
I've never heard of anybody, you know, masturbating in public places as a form of protest, but that's a
Only
new
at
one.
work. I don't like do that at the, like the bus stop or like whatever. Like, you know, like I'm only doing that strictly on working hours, bro.
Mhm.
On company time.
Yeah, they kind of paid you for that nut.
Yeah,
They
bro.
did. That's passive income.
That's passive income. Yeah, that's true. That's a great way of putting it. That's insane. Yeah. Well, hey. Thanks. That's a real tidbit there. So, Guy, if you're out there, actually he just called in. Guy, I might merge this call. Give me a second here. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Big Chaney. What? Am I on the
I'm
air?
gonna merge you back with the other call.
Okay. All right.
All right, you guys all here?
Yeah.
Hello, present.
What's up?
This is the guy. This is the guy in question. This is his
How we
story.
doing?
Guy in
So
question.
the advice we decided on collectively as a stream is that
I got to jack off. I got to jack off.
you got to
and
jack
then-
off in the company
in the
bathroom
break room.
and then
Yeah,
decide.
you have
I
to.
mean, that's like that. No, that was the last resort option, bro. Like I was just spitballing some bulletin points. You know what I'm saying? Like
I like that. No, I mean, no. This
Like-
is what we need. You know,
Mhm.
we got to throw spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks. You know.
Yeah.
sure, man.
All right,
Like,
good idea.
stealing, let it drip down all like wild style. Anyways,
Yeah.
you gotta like the first thing.
style.
If you guys are speaking to each other and you already know you got an in, that's easy. If you guys are just looking at each other, bro, like make some contact with the female, bro. Like go talk to her. And if you don't got the balls to do it, go jerk off in the bathroom, bro. Like those are
I
the
like
steps.
that. I like that a lot. Honestly, I mean, I think we got off on the wrong foot with the whole jacking off thing. I don't think we should judge a book by its cover. I mean, sometimes a lot of it is lust. You know what I'm saying? Maybe sometimes you just got to squeeze one out.
I'm just
You
a
know,
big
you
fan of
look
the
at it with a
sentence.
different perspective.
A big fan of the sentence of, you know, I think we got off on the wrong foot with all the jacking off. That's just a great.
Got off in the right way.
I am just saying, a lot of people are judgmental about the guy. What is wrong with this dude? This guy is diabolical. Sometimes you just need to take a step back. I mean, I might not agree with the medium of doing it, but I mean, the guy's right. Ultimately, down to the principle, yeah, he's right.
Yeah, Chatter says this is an insane person.
No.
Which one? I mean, there's 4 of us here, ain't it?
He's not talking about me. He's not talking about me. I think that we could use some deductive reasoning here to determine which one of us
narrows it down
is
to
the
3
insane one.
assholes that could possibly be insane. I mean, we're all a bunch of. I mean, maybe I'm just as insane for considering that it's not a terrible idea to wipe it out.
Chatter does also say sometimes it has to happen.
It
And then this
does.
one's like, I think it's the best option. You got to crank it in the community bathrooms. Low-key, I agree.
Sometimes you got to spill the bucket. What do you got to do? The venom, the snake's in the venom. The venom's in the snake. You got to take it out.
Venom's in the snake.
The snake. What do you want from us?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. I think we've learned a lot of this, though.
What's
Oh,
up,
yeah,
buddy?
I agree. I mean, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing with her is, she comes by once in a blue moon. I don't know her schedule. I'm very adamant on trying to just say, "Yo, how you doing?" Give her one of those, one of those cute little crinkles in the eyes. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually
yeah,
get
you
the
really
name
gotta
and
do all
whatnot,
that.
and then read the room. But I mean, this lady. I mean, Jesus. The thing is, like, I'll see her in passing if I'm lucky. I was off by 1 second the other day. I could have bumped into her because we were both leaving the bathroom at the same fucking time, but I had to adjust my fucking belt.
Oh, perfect timing. You had just
She
jacked
walked
off.
right past me.
You just
I
jacked
walked
off
right
for the
past her.
bathroom.
Jacking off in the bathroom, or
You just jacked off for the bathroom,
No,
and then
I
she walks
didn't.
out at the same
I
time.
didn't.
Maybe she was jacking off for the
not yet.
bathroom. You guys jacked off at the bathroom at the same time. You both were clear-headed.
You know what I should
Think
have done?
about that.
Turned around. I should have turned around and just did it. So then I wouldn't be all devastated about it. She walks right past me. I go right in the bedroom. Fuck it. It's like cleaning your shoes.
Uh-huh.
facts.
Is that now? Here's my follow-up question to that, though. If you end up going on dates with this girl, like somehow you get the confidence and things go great and you guys start dating, is that a cute story you could tell later, or do you take that to the grave?
What, that I jacked off in the bathroom or what?
That before you were so nervous to talk to her that you jerked off in the bathroom and then went out to go talk to her for the first
Well,
time.
Chaney, it's 2026. I live in Newark. I mean, the kind of girls that we see around here, there might be a cute story. There might be something they have on the locket. They tell the grandkids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not insane for saying these, I don't think. What do you fellas think, huh?
No,
Honestly, I think she'd find it romantic, if anything. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, see, but the thing is, she's got to be just as freaked out as me. I mean, I'm not going to talk to this girl for the long time if she's,
I read
she's over
both
there
German
saying,
fan.
oh, my goodness, I don't know if, there was something I wanted to hear, honey. You know what I mean?
So she
better be like, oh,
has
Jesus.
the same accent that you have.
Hey! Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Match
Oh,
made in
God,
heaven.
I'd love that. I love that. Jesus. Girl talks like me. Not all.
Maron.
I'm all about that, by the way. It's probably the best part, the girl's voice. But, I mean, it's a can of worms Mackie shouldn't open, you know what I mean?
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. But
You'd be going on all day. Yeah.
You're convinced though that dating coworkers is a bad idea.
Well, many.
Yeah,
I mean, you're posing it like I'm the asshole that came up with his theory. This is just a rule that people say. You don't shit where you eat. You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's life though. I mean, like you're gonna have to shit where you eat often enough.
No, I don't eat. I don't shit anywhere I eat. You know what I mean? I keep my shit there. I mean, look. I mean, the walls are closing. This is not the climate to be. Oh, I don't want poop in my salad. But I mean, nowadays, I just have to be the case. You got to
Do
eat
you work
something.
at a place where this would be a problem?
Yeah, we got a big
Like some
HR
companies-
department. I work corporate. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This
So
is,
if they found out
if it
about
was
it-
retail, I'd be slamming hips by now. But I don't know. It's
So would you
corporate.
have to keep it
You got a
secret?
middleman. She's HR. What if she is HR? I don't. Who knows? I don't know what the department is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's fascinating.
And I'm on the precipice. Of getting a promotion. It's a little rocky. You don't want to fucking rock the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Walk
gotta
a mile
whack.
in my
You gotta
shoes,
whack
get it
off.
up the ass.
You gotta whack off.
Yeah.
Just get it out of your system. Get a promotion. You should talk to her though. Like I agreed
I
with
wanna.
the first guy's take. He said you just go up and blatantly tell her like, "Hi, I think you're like pretty." Not even that like corny, but like you can get a vibe if you throw that out there. You could be obvious enough to be like, "Hey, like I've seen you around the office. Like what? Like da 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 da." Like you can like find a way. You know what I'm saying?
Find an excuse to carry an absurd amount of items, then eat shit, fall right in front of her, and be like, "Oh, I'm just falling for you, baby. I can't help it."
Oi.
There you go.
Well, this is actually a good question I wanted to pose. I don't know, any one of you fellas. I was thinking about this because I got yelled at by my homegirl because of this. I was thinking about, pickup lines and all that. Is that a real thing men do? Do men really do pickup lines? Do they really go up to girls and say, "Hey, Jesus, it stinks in here. You made me shit my pants." Like, like that kind of like punchline kind of thing.
No, I don't think it's like a punchline. It's more of like a conversation starter. I don't think you go for like a line you got offline or something.
Okay,
I feel like I wouldn't just jump in with like a pickup line.
Chad is saying that yes, this happens. The two girls in chat are saying that they have experienced getting people who just walk up to them to say a pickup line, and then like try that, and it doesn't work. Apparently.
Well, okay, maybe it happens, sure, but it doesn't work, right? Like, I feel like it's a turnoff more than anything.
Well, what's a pickup line? Like, what do you mean? Like, how would you approach this? How would you approach this situation at work, for example? What do you mean a pickup line?
Well, at work it's different. This is a white-collar job. You got to approach it with a professionalism. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to go to HR. You're trying to go in a bedroom. You know what I mean? So, you got to tell her, "Oh, sweetheart, we happen to be the same race." So I'd be like, "Oh, are you Filipino? Jesus Christ, I don't see a lot of those these days. Thank God." And we'll dance from there. You know what I'm saying? I'd ask her, "Do you speak the language? What's your favorite food?" That's not that difficult. This is a conversation I'd do with anybody respectable. Now, at the gym, I feel like all hands are off the fucking deck. You know what I mean? I feel like you could be a little bit of a, testosterone asshole over there. But I'm not a guy to do that. Let's get that out the way. I'm not a guy to do that. I don't know. The conversation in hand was, do pickup lines even exist, or is that just something they do in the cinemas? You know what I mean?
No, it exists. I just don't think it's a great idea. I don't think it's something you should start with for sure.
The only girl, one of the two girls in chat said, "I think you should just tell her she is very beautiful."
I think that's a little too straightforward.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
I feel like girls.
Did you guys just say that?
Well, then the other girl. So there's two girls. There's two girls in the chat right now. Both of them say that's a good idea.
I don't think they really want that though. I don't think that ever works in like reality.
Here's the thing. I actually can speak to it. There was an occasion where I got a date with a girl that didn't get a follow-up because I did not like her. But she was very pretty. And I went up to her, like she was a vague coworker who worked in a different department years and years ago. And I just walked up to her and I told her, I was like, "Hi, like I've seen you around. Like you're very pretty. Like I'd love to get a chance to sit down and talk to you sometime because I never get the chance at work."
Saying beautiful, though.
Very beautiful is a bit aggressive.
That's way different.
Yeah, pretty's a lot better.
Oh, we don't say beautiful. We say, what do we say? What would the synonyms?
Well, I mean, I assume you're an older individual, so I feel like it's a more.
I'm 23, believe it or not.
Yeah.
How old are you, assholes?
I'm 20.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow, Jesus. Fuck me, Chan. We're old.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, hey. Anyways, kids, what do I say?
Just tell her she's pretty. Or
do you guys work in like the same department?
No, we don't work in the same department. That's why this is a bit of a gray area for me. She'll stop by because she has to pick up checks from my department, but she's not technically a coworker the way that your supervisor's your coworker. You know what I mean? We just happen to sit under the same umbrella, different sides of it. You dig?
I mean, I used to work white collar. You could ask her for her team's short name. That'll hit.
Holy shit! I might ask her what her name is so I can text her something on Outlook.
Yes,
dude. Start
text. Get in the chats. Get in the team's chats. Yes. Get a little banter going. Little something. Just be like, hey, like, make a joke, casual joke, drop something, whatever.
Dinner. Oh.
Yes. This is game. Get team's
chat.
You see what I'm saying? Team's chat, dude.
So when it comes to corporate, it's a different bear than
Teams is where it's at.
Yeah.
Teams is where it's at, man.
I like that. Send her the cute little thumbs up emoji. I don't
Get her teams. Shoot some chats her way. Start with a kind greeting. Say you've seen her around and you think she's good looking, beautiful, fucking whatever. I don't think that's a horrible line. Don't include the fucking whatever part.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop that.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Chaney,
Beautiful is always nice because that one's always avoided by memes.
Ray can also read it. If she subpoenas
No. I'm not saying that. Yo, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm reading chat. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm reading what the two women have to say.
What did the women say? Oh, Jesus.
They're the ones saying beautiful. They're the ones saying beautiful.
Do you know they're women, or are we assuming? And they just
Well, no, they've been in stream before. I'm familiar vaguely.
Okay.
So I can
women
confirm.
in chat, yes, this is good, and every dude want to go, no, this is bad, right? They don't get it.
I'm the token woman. Obviously, don't say fucking whatever. You know,
I just feel like you don't ask a fish how to catch a fish. This isn't.
Oh, do we believe in it? That's a good. What's your thoughts on that, Chaney? Do we ask women how to talk to women?
Generally speaking, they give better advice than men. I'll say.
I don't think it's advice that works vaguely, though.
I think in this day and age, it takes a village. You got to ask a little bit from the left. You got to ask a little bit from the right. You know what I mean?
You'd be surprised by how well women know what women want if you're actually willing to listen to them. I'm saying generally, because there's plenty of guys who know how to talk to women because they've asked women, their parents. But I'm saying most guys are giving advice that they have no idea what they're talking about. It is a real blind leading the blind situation with most men.
Yeah, bro, I wouldn't have called in if I didn't know how to talk to women.
That's a good point. Oh, touche. We got this guy's PhD. Pretty hard dick.
Hey,
I just really think it depends on the crowd is how you approach it. If you're in college, you approach it a lot differently than in the workplace. It's just I couldn't really help you with your current situation.
Whatever I do I do not tell her I want to ride her like a stolen bicycle.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably should
That
not.
might work. That honestly is the best pitch you've given so far.
I mean, not to a coworker. I mean, maybe
two
you're
good
off the
takes.
clock.
That's two great takes. This guy says in the background, he says, I should tell her that I'm a rider like a stolen bicycle, and then I should also jack off in the company bathroom.
Yeah, this is
this
is the sage wisdom of the man sitting 6 feet away from the microphone.
Holy shit. I don't.
Hey, I was the one that found this stream too, bro. I'm so drunk right now.
How do we feel about that? Chaney, this guy might be on some real good shit here.
He is. He's given us 2 great answers. But I appreciate you guys. I gotta close up.
This guy's got to jack off in the company.
I gotta go jack off real quick. I gotta cool off.
Yeah, go jack
Thanks
off.
for calling in, guys. Have a good night. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta go jack off. That's what I'm up to tonight. Gotta go cool off. I'm just filled with so much rage. I'm furious. I've got to, I'm going to go hit the sack and then go to bed. So that's the plan. I'm hopefully going to do another stream on next Wednesday. I'm going to do them once a week. I'm going to do streams once a week instead of twice a week. I feel like twice a week was maybe a bit too much. But I'm thinking I'm going to do this again. I'm going to come back in with, let's all go jack the fuck off. I'm changing things up a little bit. I like using the phone line. I'm going to find a way to do a sort of dating show where I want to have a person on here with me in a little box and people can call in to try to hit on them. There's not enough women that view my streams to do this with men. But I could try. As soon as the next video comes out, I'm hoping to get a decent enough viewership to... not all of you are 18. I hope not. Fuck. I'm hoping that I can get enough viewership for the next video and then get enough eyes on it so that I can have people up here And people cannot people could just come hit on. Put a woman in a box and have guys in it. No, I'm gonna have guys, preferably, but I don't have enough women viewers to do that. I'll figure it out. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming to the stream. As always, have a good rest of your night, everybody. Sleep well. Oh. Just showed the Discord, everybody. Join that Discord. It's in the description.